of President-elect John Mahama on January 7, 2025. Plus, on the news, several persons are feared dead at Agbo Delta State when a petrol-laden tanker went up in flames on Sunday. From the international scene, the Russian Defense Ministry says Ukraine launches a fresh offensive in Russia's Kursk region. Details of these and more coming your way soon. To stay with us. Many thanks for joining us at this time. Now details of the news. President Bola Tinubu will depart Abuja on January 6, 2025 for Accra, the capital of Ghana, to attend the inauguration of President-elect John Mahama on January 7, 2025. This was contained in a statement on Sunday by presidential spokesman Bayo Onanuga. Mahama, who served as 12th president of Ghana between 2011 and 17, was re-elected in December 2024. He will succeed President Nana Akufo-Addo, who ruled from 2017 to 25. Onanuga said Tinubu's trip to Accra is at the invitation of the president-elect, who has visited the Nigerian leader earlier in December. Mahama and Tinubu have a long-standing personal relationship, just like Nigeria and Ghana maintain a long-standing bilateral relationship. Tinubu, as chairman of ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government, will join other African leaders at the ceremony. Onanuga said the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Bianca Odumego-Ojukwu, and other senior government officials would accompany Tinubu on the trip. Vice President Kashim Shettima has shared some lessons about true leadership, saying true leaders achieve success through humility and foresight instead of an insatiable pursuit of power. Senator Shettima, who made the observation in close reference to the character of Ekiti State Governor Abiodun Oyebanji, praised the sterling leadership qualities and take part in the state's development. Speaking when he represented President Bola Tinubu at the traditional marriage ceremony of Toluwanimi Esther Oyebanji and Ayodeji Kenya Akinyemi at the International Conference Center, University of Ibadan, Oyo State, the Vice President also wished the newlyweds a happy married life. The Vice President emphasized the importance of maintaining relationship beyond political office, pointing out that when you are in power, your friends know you. But when you are out of power, you know your friends. Commending Governor Oyebanji's inclusive leadership approach, he continued, "What you do speaks so loudly that he can't hear what you're saying. You don't need anyone to tell us about this. It's personal. Here we have all his predecessors and their spouses. He was able to unite the 4 past governors under the same canopy. That goes to show a lot about his personality." Speaking directly to the new couple, VP Shettima wished their marital bliss, hoping and prayed that the marriage will be blessed with children and most especially patience. Also, the Deputy Senate President, Senator Barau Jibrin, urged the couple to always remember the prayers and good wishes of everyone who attended the marriage event and learn to forgive each other and pray together. In his address, Chairman of the event, Chief Wole Olanigbe Konsan, who recalled the array of personalities who attended the event, urged the couples to always remember the qualities and number of personalities who attended your wedding and learn a lesson from them. Several persons are feared dead at Agbo headquarters of Ika South Local Government area of Delta State when the petrol-laden tanker went up in flames on Sunday. The incident occurred around First Bank area in Agbo as a driver was trying to make a turn on the ever-busy Old Lagos Asaba Road that runs through Agbo main town. Several houses and vehicles around the scene were severely burnt, while the owner of one of the vehicles was burnt beyond recognition, as his lifeless body could be seen along the expressway. Passerby were helpless in trying to put out the flames, as firefighters were yet to arrive at the scene at the time of filing this report. When contacted, the Delta Police Command spokesperson Edafe Bright, who confirmed the incident, said the command was briefed about the incident as it cautioned residents to stay clear of the area. 7 persons were rescued when a 3-story building under construction at Abuga along the Igwo Ruta Eche Road in Ikwere local government areas of Rivers State caved in. Eyewitnesses said the incident occurred at about 1:30 p.m. on Saturday while workers were on site. Though no life was lost, it was said that 7 of the 9 workers who were working in the building were rescued with various degrees of injuries, while 2 of them jumped off the building. One of the eyewitnesses said getting here he saw the building collapse. While some of the workers were able to jump out, others could not as the building collapsed on them. The special advisor and media publicity to the Commissioner for Physical Planning and Urban Development, Emeka Kalu, confirmed the incident in a statement on Sunday afternoon. Kalu, while describing the incident as unfortunate, said that aside from the initial rescue effort by residents in the neighborhood, the authority of the Ikore local government area and officials of River State Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development, as well as the Ministry of Special Duties, moved in just in time by responding to distress calls. He said the ministries immediately deployed excavators, a fire truck and an ambulance to ensure the timely rescue of the victims, some of whom were trapped into rubble. Speaking to newsmen at the scene, the State Commissioner for Physical Planning and Urban Development, Evans BP, said it is unfortunate to begin the year with a building collapse. BP attributed the incident to the use of substandard materials by the developer, which he said he had warned against. Insurers have been advised to continue to support the policies and programs of President Bola Tinubu's administration in order to reposition the country, stabilize the economy, and make life more abundant for the people. The senator representing Ogun West, Solomon Adiola, and other notable politicians, including the Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Isiaq Salako, made this known at the Thanksgiving program organized by the senator at Ilaru, Ogun State. The minister said President Tinubu has done a lot in the area of universal health coverage and has a better plan for the welfare of the people in 2025. Also speaking, the senator, who is representing the people of Ogun West District at the National Assembly, also said these people have enjoyed many projects of the federal government under the current administration, and he would still facilitate more for the development of the area.
Mr. President is fully committed to universal health coverage. That is, all Nigerians having access to the health care that they need at any point in time without financial hardship. The President is fully committed to that, and for us in the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, we are fully committed to that. Again, we are also going to emphasize more attention to the social welfare of Nigerians. You know, the ministry has been renamed to Minister of Health and Social Welfare. In the new year, you see us emphasizing a lot of social welfare activities. The President has approved a social action fund, and that social action fund is to be deployed to ensure that communities are able to execute projects at the community level, projects that add value to healthcare.
You should only expect the best. And we have started well. So there is no room for us to stop. We want to continue in that trend. We want to ensure that we attract many more developmental projects across the length and breadth of the senatorial district which I'm representing.
So it's been passed, it's received the concurrence of the House of Representatives, and you must also notice one thing that is going on. The bill and similar bills have led to the creation of a new Ministry of Regional Development. It may look like just a change of nomenclature, but when you put it together in a bouquet that includes local government autonomy, in a bouquet that includes tax reforms that will make tax administration more equitable, more just.
You're still on to the news in Galaxy TV. Coming up next. And the NDLEA says its operatives arrested a 16-year-old Lagos socialite following interception of a truckload of alleged illicit drug consignment from our staff. Details of these and more coming your way after the break. Please stay with us. We are glad to have you back. Now, for more update and latest news, please visit our website www.galaxytvonline.com. Connect with us on our X handle at Galaxy TV. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Galaxy TV News. You can follow and interact with us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Galaxy TV. Remember to follow and tag us on our Instagram page at Galaxy TV. Our social media platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate live updates and comments, as you can easily scan our IG QR code. The Eshelu of Ishelu Kingdom in Yewa North local government area of Ogun State, Oba Akintunde Akinyemi, has called on President Bola Tinubu-led federal government to ease the economic hardship in Nigeria while relaxing all borders to allow the importation of food items for at least 6 months. Yola Solomon, he said government should allow food come into the country, stressing that it will help ameliorate the sufferings Nigerians are going through. He also commended the representation the senators brought growth to the senatorial district.
I think the best the government can do about the hardship in the country is to relax the border. By the time the government relaxes the border, there are a lot of food items to come into the country. Maybe in a couple of 6 months, they can still spend it, just as the way it is now. But when you don't have food, and you have countries that have food, and you don't want to bring the food into your country, I don't know what it means. So the best the government can do is to relax the border, allow influx of food and items to come into the country, and subsequently after some months, they can close it back. But at least it will reduce the hardship drastically beyond what we are seeing here today.
The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency says its operatives have arrested the local socialite 61-year-old Alhaja Aisha Ishara Joke Eletiye on New Year Day in a mansion at Okota area of Lagos, following the interception of a truckload alleged illicit drug consignment from our staff on the same day. A statement signed by the NDLEA spokesperson Femi Babafemi said the Alhaja Joke, as she is fondly called in social circle, is also known in the drug underworld as Yaruka. According to Babafemi, her true identity shrouded in mystery for years while she remained on the wanted list of NDLEA for leading one of the drug cartels operating from Mushin on 7 December 2024, arrested a US-trained Hollywood and Nollywood filmmaker Emeka Emmanuel Umbadiwe, who is also a motivational speaker, at his Lekki hotel room following the arrest of his partner Ezukwe Ugochukwu James earlier same day at a warehouse in Ajawa State, Ikeja, where he was allegedly sent by Umbadiwe a shipment of 33 parcels of loud, a strong strain of cannabis weighing 17.30 kg, which arrived the import shed of the Muritala Muhammad International Airport MMIA Ikeja on 24 December 2024 from the United States on a Delta airline flight concealed in large wooden boxes. In Kwara State, a fresh graduate, Khadija Abdurrahim, 24, and a 20-year-old student arrested by NDLEA operatives at Tanke University of Ilorin Road, Okiodo, Ilorin, based on credible intelligence that they were allegedly producing and selling drugs laced cupcakes to students in the community. When the apartment was searched, 42 pieces of drug cakes were recovered from them. The military has expressed determination in exploring ways to enhance skills of law-abiding citizens engaged in local production of firearms and military-grade equipment, even as it is committed to put an end to production and circulation of illegal arms in the country. Chief of Defense Staff General Christopher Musa expressed this concern during an operational visit to the frontline troops under Operation Safe Haven in Plateau State, while reviewing a case of locally made arms and ammunition seized within the areas of operations. In what is the continuation of the CDS operational visit to Defense Headquarters, the first point of call was at the headquarters of 3rd Division of the Nigerian Army, Maxwell Cove Cantonment, where he was received by the General Officer Commanding as well as the inspection of the quarter guard. The CDS entourage thereafter proceeded to Sector 8 of Operation Safe Haven in Mango for inspection of military hardware and operational equipment in the forward operation base. He reiterated that the additional resources, including advanced weaponry, vehicles and welfare improvement, were on the way to further enhance the operational capabilities. In this address, the Chief of Defense Staff charged troops to take the fight to criminal hideout and flush them out completely as a renewed and greater vigor in the fight against insurgents. Former Rivers State Commissioner of Police AIG Mohammed Bala Mustafa has officially handed over to CP Olubenga Adepoju, the newly appointed Commissioner of Police in Rivers State. Mohammed Bala Mustafa, who was recently promoted Assistant Inspector General of Police and deployed to Zone 6 Calabar. AIG Bala speaking during a brief handover ceremony of the State Police Command and residents of the state for their support and cooperation during a 3-month stay as Commissioner of Police in the state. He said the Rivers Police Command during his administration recorded several achievements ranging from crime fighting, peacekeeping, human and infrastructure developments in the state.
I am going. I thank God that I promise you people of God that I came to Rivers in peace. I want to work in Rivers in peace and I'm going to leave Rivers in peace. To the glory of God, I came in peace. To the glory of God, I walk in Rivers in peace. And to the glory of God, I am living Rivers in peace. So please, I crave the indulgence of the officers and men of Rivers Command to extend the same cooperation and support given to me to my successor, the newly branded Commissioner of Police, Comfort Adepoju.
The other deployed Rivers State Commissioner of Police, CP Olubenga Adewole, assured that his administration would focus on improved security for citizens and businesses in the state. The new CP outlined his focus areas to include strengthening of intelligence gathering, community policing, and public engagement.
The complicities of
Force has rescued 4 kidnapped victims after receiving a distress call reporting their abduction in Umokane, Oaji, local government area of Imo State. Force VRO ACP Olumuyiwa Adejobi said the operation was carried out on Saturday, January 4, 2025, after the operatives received a distress call and swiftly swung into action, during which 2 of the kidnappers were neutralized. He said the success of the operation led to the rescue of 4 victims and the recovery of 1 AK-47 rifle, 1 AK-47 magazine, and 21 rounds of live 7.62 mm ammunition. In another development, on January 3, 2025, police operatives attached to the Ebonyi State Command arrested 17 suspects in Enoima 18 village, Afikpo, local government area of the state, for the murder of one Urumchi Orokocha, who was accused by local youth of being involved in the killing of several individuals through alleged witchcraft and spirit omens. The Force Bureau said the suspect had mobilized and apprehended the deceased, but instead of handing him over to legal authorities and committing to the rule of law, they decided to take a Lucknow division mobilized tactical teams to the scene on a rescue mission, but the angry mob had already killed and burned Mr. Okorocha before the arrival of the police team. Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa has declared a 3-day mourning and prayers from Sunday 5th to Tuesday 7th January in honor of the late Secretary to the State Government, Temitayo Oluwatuyi. The governor made this declaration while he led members of the State Executive Council on a condolence visit to the wife of the late Oluwatuyi and members of his families at a residence in Akure on Sunday. He died on Saturday at hospital in Akure while receiving treatment after surviving a road accident in December 2024. Decimal in the politics and governance of Ondo State, adding that the history of the state will not be complete without a mention of his impact. He extolled the virtues of him, describing him as a complete gentleman who conducted his public and private lives with decorum and humility. The governor prayed for the repose of the soul of the deceased and promised the support of government for the family at this difficult time. The Lagos State Government has unveiled plans for monthly landmark tours to showcase its cultural heritage and boost tourism. The government stated that the tours will take place on both land and water, emphasizing the aim to present Lagos, along with its growing transportation and tourism sectors, to the world. The special advisor to Lagos State Governor on Tourism, Arts and Culture, Idris Aregbe, revealed this during a hosting event for Nigerians in the diaspora and enthusiasts of Lagos, which included a city tour to highlight the beauty of the metropolis. Aregbe, in a statement released on Sunday, announced that the tour-themed Lagos tourism is rising, would be held monthly. He further noted that the initiative was designed to honor Nigerians in diaspora and global admirers of Lagos for choosing the city as a preferred business and holiday destination. Orebu explained that the programs would foster deeper collaboration as the government recognizes the diaspora community contribution to Lagos economy and festivities. You're still on to the news on Galaxy TV. Let's go to... Now it's time to the reminder of news that made headlines during the week. Tracking the Week is up next.
Hello and welcome to Tracking the Week. 9 years after it last produced all refined crude oil, the Warri Refining and Petrochemical 125,000 barrels per day. The Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Miller Kyari, announced the development during his visit to the facility. Kyari, who was addressing a team on the tour, said the plant is running but not 100% as they're still in the process because many people think these things are not real and possibility. Chief Executive Officer Farouk Ahmed, among others, turnaround maintenance have been going on in the Warri Refinery before the visit by the NNPC management team. Still on Monday, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu consented to a proposal to establish a federal university in southern Kaduna. Vice President Kashim Shettima, who revealed this, also disclosed that there are ongoing discussions to establish a federal medical center in Kafanchan, Kaduna State. Vice President Shettima gave the hint during a condolence visit to the Kuka family on the death of His Highness Yohan Hasidi Kuka, the Agwom Akulu of Ikulu Chiefdom and family member of Bishop Matthew Hassan Kuka of the Catholic Diocese of Sokoto. Speaking at the residence of the late traditional ruler, the Vice President emphasized the commitment of the President Tinubu administration to the development of Southern Kaduna, citing the appointment of General Christopher Musa as Chief of Defense Staff as evidence of the President's attention to the security needs of the region. Shettima also commended Kaduna State Governor Senator Ubasani for his inclusive governance approach, stating that government is about linking all component parts to have a sense of belonging. He pledged that the federal government will work with the state governments to ensure development reaches southern Kaduna, particularly in road infrastructure. On Tuesday, a federal high court in Abuja fixed January 6 for ruling in a bail application filed by Olamide Thomas, who allegedly threatened Seyi Tinubu with death threats on social media. Justice Emeka Nwite fixed the date after TJ Wando, who appeared for Thomas, and the lawyer to the prosecution, Victor Okoye, made their submissions for and against the bail application. Moving the bail motion, Wando said the application dated December 20th was served on the same date. He said it was brought in pursuant to the 1999 Constitution and Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015. The lawyer said the application prayed the court for an order admitting Thomas to bail pending the hearing and determination of the charge before the court. He urged the court to admit his client to bail on liberal terms, assuring that she would not jump bail. But Okoye said a counter affidavit was filed on December 30th, prayed the court to refuse Thomas' bail application. Okoye equally urged the court to discountenance the exhibit attached to the bill requiring it in contradiction with Section 84 of the Evidence Act. The lawyer further argued that any newspaper publication sought to be rendered in court to be certified by the National Library. One would therefore pray the court to exercise its discretionary power in favor of Thomas. Justice Nwite adjourned the matter until January 6, 2025 for ruling. Still on Tuesday, the Defense Headquarters disclosed that no fewer than 1,000 notable terrorist leaders, commanders and their replacement were neutralized by troops of the Nigerian military across all theater of operations during the course of the 2024. The military high command also said troops also eliminated 10,937 terrorist foot soldiers, arrested 12,538 others, and rescued 7,063 hostages within the year. Addressing journalists at the final media briefing on the ongoing military operations in Abuja, the Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, said the notable terrorist leaders include Duse Mai Nasara Ida, Malam Saleh Umaru, Mohammed Ahmadu Chimemirim, Jeremiah Uzoma, Tochukwu Awo, and Iguatu, amongst others. He noted that troops of the Niger Delta in the course of the year recovered over 56 million liters of stolen crude oil, while denying the oil theft of an estimated sum of over 68 billion naira. The director, while assuring of the troops' commitment to go extra mile to eradicate the menace of terrorism, also urged citizens to support the military with credible information that would expedite military operations to winning the war against insurgency in the coming year. On Wednesday, President Bola Tinubu said the year 2025 would bring brighter days for all Nigerians. The president, who said this in his New Year message to Nigerians, added that his government would fulfill the collective desires of Nigerians. He said though 2024 posed numerous challenges, he was confident that the new year would bring brighter days. He said trade surplus is in 3 consecutive quarters. Foreign reserves have risen and the naira has strengthened against the US dollar, bringing greater stability. The president, however, said the cost of food and essential drugs remain a significant concern for many Nigerian households in 2024. He gave an assurance that his government would intensify effort to lower the medical supplies. The president promised to reduce inflation from its current high rate of 34.6% to 15%. He said with diligent work and God's help, his government would achieve his goal and provide relief to all Nigerians. Still on Wednesday, the Nigeria Labour Congress reiterated its call for the federal government to withdraw the contentious tax bills currently before the National Assembly. In his New Year message, the NLC President Joe Ajaero emphasized that the welfare of Nigerian workers is the primary reason for his demand. The NLC urged the government to prioritize transparency, inclusivity, and honesty in its dealings with the masses. The NLC maintains that the tax bills, if passed, will exacerbate the economic hardship faced by Nigerian workers. Instead, acceptance and propel national development. He said that the Nigeria Labour Congress extends warm new greetings to every worker and citizens across the nation. On Thursday, the federal government is set to commence the manufacturing of auto parts in Nigeria. The Director General, National Automotive Design and Development Council, disclosed this at an interactive session with journalists in Abuja. He stated that the auto parts manufacturing company will not only be designed to meet the Nigerian market alone, but to make Nigeria design a competitive goods across the world. He noted that the establishment will help save more from importation of motor parts into the country. The Director General further disclosed that government will partner with some development stakeholders for the production of component parts of vehicles. He stressed that the partnership will enhance suggestion and implementation of policies that will support Nigeria's capacity in producing auto parts. Still on Thursday, Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara signed the 2025 budget of 1.1 trillion naira into law. Governor Fubara signed the bill into law on Thursday at the Government House in Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital. Speaking after signing the bill into law, Governor Fubara insisted that the only House of Assembly existing in the state was the one led by Honorable Victor Okojumbo, as he cautioned against mixing up issues. On his part, the factional speaker, loyal to the governor, Honorable Victor Okojumbo, promised robust partnership with the state government. On Friday, the Senate Committee on Finance expressed dismay at the attitude of some chief executive officers of government agencies and parastatals, saying this has continued to hamper the activities of the committee. The chairman of the committee, Senator Sani Musa, who expressed this concern during a meeting with officials of the Nigerian Customs Service and other agencies, said the committee under him would not allow the trend to continue. He declared the determination of the committee to begin to invoke the necessary sections of the Constitution to this effect, noting that excuses for absenteeism would no longer be accepted. Senator Musa revealed that the essence of investigating revenue generated by agencies of government that are self-funded is to know what they have been able to do with what has been taken, noting that these would in turn ensure under the committee for its work, saying the service under Adeniyi as the Controller General has ensured effective use of resources generated. Still on Friday, the Central Bank of Nigeria clarified that its early exit program is entirely voluntary and not mandatory. According to Bala Mohammed, Deputy Governor of Corporate Services, into the termination of over 1,000 staff and the associated 50 billion naira payoff scheme, Bello explained that the program was introduced based on popular demands from employees, adding that historically similar programs were limited to senior staff. He said, however, that for the first time in over 60 years, the opportunity has been extended to all staff levels. Bello emphasized that the initiative addresses challenges such as career stagnation and lack of progression within the bank. Bello also noted that some staff members, particularly those at senior levels, have opted for early exits to pursue their other opportunities, including entrepreneurship. He also differentiated the program from a separate retirement exercise conducted between March and May, during which some staffs were retired with full benefit. While that exercise was initiated by the bank to bring in fresh talent and perspectives, the current program is strictly voluntary, with no coercion or intimidation involved. Bello concluded by reiterating that both initiatives aim to streamline, refocus, and re-energize the CBN's operations while ensuring fairness and providing opportunities for staff to explore new career paths. And that's what we have on Tracking the Week. Hello and welcome to the Foreign News. Ukraine has launched a fresh offensive in Russia's Kursk region, the Russian Defense Ministry says. In a statement, the military said efforts to destroy the Ukrainian attack groups are ongoing. Officials in Ukraine have also suggested an operation is underway. Ukraine first launched its incursion into Russia's Kursk region in August last year, seizing a large chunk of territory. In recent months, Russian forces have made big gains in the area, pushing Ukrainians back, but failing to eject them entirely. In a statement posted on Telegram on Sunday, Russia's defense ministry said at around 9 a.m. Moscow time in order to stop the offensive by the Russian troops in a Kursk direction, the enemy launched a counter-attack by an assault detachment consisting of 2 tanks, 1 counter-obstacle vehicle, and 12 armored fighting vehicles. The head of Ukraine's presidential office, Andriy Yermak, said there was good news from Kursk region and that Russia was getting what it deserves. Ukraine's top counter-disinformation official said in a Telegram post, the Russians in Kursk are experiencing great anxiety because they were attacked from several directions and it came as a surprise to them. It's unclear whether the offensive is sufficiently large-scale to lead to any significant changes on the front line. Kyiv's forces are reportedly suffering from manpower shortages and have been losing ground in the east of Ukraine in recent months as Russian troops advance. It comes as the Ukrainian Air Force said Russia launched another drone attack on Ukraine overnight. It said it had shot down 61 drones over Kyiv, Poltava, Sumy, Kharkiv, Kharkiv, Kherkasy, Zhytomyr and other regions. There were no direct hits, but a few houses were damaged in Kharkiv region by an intercepted drone. Syria's newly appointed Foreign Minister Assad Hassan al-Shaibani has arrived in Qatar as part of his regional trip to seek support for the new government that came to power after the toppling of President Bashar al-Assad last month. Syrian officials confirmed the arrival of the delegation. Head of intelligence Anas Khattab al-Shaibani is expected to meet senior Qatari officials on his first trip to the Gulf state. The visit comes nearly 2 weeks after Qatar's Minister of State for Foreign Affairs Mohammed al-Khulaifi traveled to Damascus to hold talks with officials from the new administration. Al-Khulaifi's trip had come days after Doha opened its embassy in Damascus after 13 years. Qatar did not join another Arab state in recognizing al-Assad, who has taken asylum in Russia since fleeing the country on December 8. He has been accused of committing war crimes against his own citizens. Syria's new government is eager for investment from wealthy Gulf states to help rebuild the country's infrastructure and boost the economy, shattered by more than a decade of war. The chief of security for South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol said on Sunday he could not cooperate with efforts to arrest the impeached leader. In remarks that could push the political crisis towards another high-stakes confrontation with a warrant for Yoon's arrest on ground of insurrection set to expire at midnight on Monday. The officials, Park Jong-jong, cited the legal debate surrounding the warrant as a reason for the lack of cooperation. The comment came after a Seoul court rejected a complaint from Yoon's lawyer that the arrest warrant was illegal and invalid. Telephone calls to the court to seek comment went unanswered. Yoon became the first incumbent South Korean president to face arrest for his botched attempt to declare martial law on December 3rd, which triggered political chaos in Asia's fourth-largest economy and a key U.S. ally. The conservative president was impeached by parliament and is suspended from official duties, while the Constitutional Court decides whether to reinstate or remove him. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken was set to arrive in Seoul on Sunday for talks with senior officials. On Friday, Yoon's Presidential Security Service and military troops have blocked backed by Rwanda have captured the town of Masisi in the east of the Democratic Republic of Congo, according to various reports. This is the second town seized by the M23 group in as many days in the mineral-rich North Kivu province. The group has taken control of vast swathes of eastern DR Congo since 2021. Mediate talks between President Felix Tshisekedi and his Rwandan counterpart Paul Kagame. But this broke down last month. He said this plunges the territory into a serious humanitarian crisis and urged the government to strengthen the capacity of the army in the region. One resident told newsmen that the M23 had held a meeting have not yet commented on the loss of the town. Masisi, which has a population of about 40,000, is the capital of the territory of the same name. It is about 80 kilometers north of the North Kivu provincial capital Goma, which the M23 briefly occupied in 2012. On Friday, the M23 captured the nearby town of Goma, a city of about 2 million people. However, there was then a lull in fighting until early December, when fighting resumed. In July, Rwanda did not deny a UN report saying it had about 4,000 soldiers fighting alongside the M23 in Congo. It accused the Congolese government of not doing enough to tackle decades of conflict in the East country. A severe winter storm has hammered the United States, with meteorologists warning more than 60 million people in the country's east face blizzard conditions, and some areas will see the heaviest snowfall in a decade. The National Weather Service on Sunday warned of ice, snow and gale force winds in states from the Central Plains to the Mid-Atlantic. A state of emergency has been declared in Kentucky, Missouri and Virginia. More than 60 million people are in the path of the dangerous storm set to plunge the eastern half of the U.S. into a deep freeze of Arctic air through Monday, resulting in severe travel disruptions. Winter storm warnings have been issued from western Kansas to the coastal states of Maryland, Delaware and Virginia. An unusual broad 2,400 kilometers sweep under immediate threat. Scientists say extreme weather is becoming more common and more severe as a result of man-made climate change. The first major storm of 2025 was already wreaking havoc on travel, with Kansas City International Airport announcing closure of its flight operation Saturday due to rapid ice accumulation. And finally, on foreign news, India's media watchdog and other journalism organizations has demanded a thorough investigation after the body of a freelance journalist who had exposed alleged corruption in a road construction project was found stuffed in a septic tank in Bijapur in the central state of Chhattisgarh. Police have arrested at least 3 people, including 2 of his cousins, in connection with the murder of Mukesh, who is 28. Chandraka had reported